Erin Hensley asked me a question that really isn't appropriate for me, and I'll tell you why. So, not sure if I'll get this one in time. You did, Erin. Foam rolling versus traditional stretching, and when to use either, i.e. pre-workout and or post-workout. Well, I'll be the first to tell you and be very authentic, and I think a lot of us are the same way, especially strength athletes, taking care of ourselves. Not something that we do really well. I was not doing much mobility, foam rolling, soft tissue stuff, myofascial release, lacrosse balling, all kinds of stuff that I should have been doing. It's led to some issues, and I've been here all week with Cinnamon, and she's been torturing me with all kinds of round objects and foam rollers and covering me in ice and taking me to a Rosti, which is absolutely incredible. I've taken off my K-tape or rock tape, and arms, biceps, traps, hips, everything is so much better. So this is a great question, Erin. Probably not the best one for me, so I'm going to give this one to Cinnamon.
Thank you, thank you. Erin, let me give you some background. I was a vice president for a soft tissue rehab center, and we worked on Olympic athletes, professional athletes, NBA, NFL, etc. I was a gymnast my whole life, so I really know and am educated on the importance of the myofascial release technique. Fascia is so important for the condition of the musculoskeletal system to be ideal, okay? So before you work out, I'm not a big fan of stretching cold, okay? So just do some type of warm-up to warm up the muscle, whether it's just lunges or just a couple, really easy 10-pound bicep curls and overhead presses just to get yourself warmed up. And then you can do some light stretching. I'm a big fan of foam rolling beforehand though. And then after your workout and after your lifts, that's where you want to do your traditional stretching. It's very, very important that you get the mobility in your hips taken care of and all of your joints. Go ahead and foam roll afterwards. And then I'm actually going to bring in a piece of equipment here. I've seen a lot of foam rollers out there that are just junk, okay? And then I've seen the other extreme where, some of you guys are rolling out on PVC pipe. That's too hard, you're going to tear yourselves up, okay? So there's a balance here. So you want to get a nice, good, they're typically black, very dense foam roller. And it's very important that you get with somebody who knows a lot about the physiology and anatomy of the body, who's trained and who understands there's a certain direction you want to foam roll and even lacrosse ball. But it's very important that you take care of this. When you take care of your musculoskeletal system, you can actually prevent tears and strains and pulls. And not only can you prevent injury, but you can increase your range of motion and you can free up some of your muscle cells to grow and gain more oxygen, and that will actually have you PR and lift more weight. Here's a couple more pieces of equipment. Here we go. So this is called a roller stick. You can help your friends out by rolling out their traps. You could get into some smaller areas like the triceps. You can even do this for yourself and roll out your Achilles. I'm a little goofy, y'all. It's gonna have to deal with that. Okay, and then lacrosse ball is really great for getting into smaller areas like underneath your hamstring. And we're actually going to be doing some videos with more detail on some of these releases, but you can get it underneath your hamstring, kind of kick your leg out, get it behind a wall so you can get your trap back here. You can go along your back and even your upper glutes. There's a lot you can do with a lacrosse ball. And then you can even get a softball and lay it on top of it on the ground and hit your psoas just a little bit. You want to be careful with your psoas because you have your aortic artery there. So again, it's really important that you get with somebody who's knowledgeable. But that's your crash course. I'm a huge believer in that, guys. Take care of your bodies. You're kind of tearing yourselves up a little bit and doing yourself a disservice. And if you do this, you have a one-up on your competition because those other guys aren't doing this, and gals.
Yeah, and we know that they aren't because we barely do it ourselves. So, awesome information, and look forward to videos of us kind of showing you guys some things later. Last question I have for Cinnamon is something that I get asked about a lot, something that we hear about a lot, something that we've even said ourselves, but, she has an interesting take on this. So, hitting a plateau when we're just stopped, like when we're on this thing that we can't get off of, we can't PR, we can't do anything, we just feel like, you know, what are we supposed to do to move past this point? And she and I have talked about this, and you guys are asking about it, so she's going to answer it for you.
Oh, the ever-elusive plateau, right? Okay, so first of all, there is no such thing. There is no plateau, okay? My clients will tell you I'm very blunt, I'm direct, I participate in straight talk. So do I get what you mean by plateau? Do I understand the metaphor? I get it. Let's just be straight. What's happening is you've lifted a certain amount of weight and you'd like to lift more and you're not doing it. That's all that is. You want to do something, it's not happening. You have not been like zapped into the desert and like, I'm on a plateau now. Where am I? No. Okay, so just check yourself. Make sure you have not been zapped somewhere and that you're not on a plateau. So that's good news for you. Now what needs to happen is if you are stopped and let's say you are not able to deadlift a certain amount beyond whatever your personal PR is, there are some actions that need to be taken. So what I've seen a lot of my clients is maybe they're lacking some upper back strength, okay? So you just go and you do what you need to do some dumbbell rows and do some isolation for your upper back, and maybe you're having some nutritional deficiencies or deficits. Maybe you're just not fueling yourself properly. All that needs to happen is you need to take some actions. There's no plateau, which is good news for you. Yeah, so that's my take on that.
All right, straight talking. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself, because Cinnamon Prime is coming at you with the knowledge bombs. All right, guys, thank you so much for spending time with us. We love your questions. You know, ask us whatever you need. We both have Facebook pages. Cinnamon, where can they reach you?
I'm at Facebook/Coach Prime Paleo Mindset. And I also have my website up. It's don't forget the A, truetransformation.com.
Yep, awesome. And we thank you so much. Honestly, she's been a life changer for me. And I couldn't be the woman I am today that you see here before you without her help. So really, really pay attention to her. She knows what she's talking about. So thank you guys. We love you.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll see you soon.
Have a good week. Rock it out.